It was supposed to be a quiet morning, just a routine business trip for Michael Rivers, a man who had built his company from nothing to a billion-dollar empire. He had his suit pressed, his presentation ready, and his first-class ticket in hand. He arrived early, took his seat, and was sipping his coffee when a flight attendant approached with a polite but unusually stiff smile. "Sir, I'm afraid we'll have to ask you to move to another seat. This one is reserved for someone more important." Michael glanced at his boarding pass. "First class. Seat 2A, confirmed." "This is my seat." The attendant leaned in, lowering her voice. "Yes, but the passenger boarding now, well, he's a VIP. It's company policy." Michael followed her gaze. A young man, barely 30, dressed casually, sauntered in. Blonde hair, expensive sneakers, smug grin. No boarding pass in sight, just a confident nod at the attendant. The young man didn't even look at Michael. He simply said, "I'll take it from here." Something in Michael's chest tightened. He'd dealt with subtle slights before. The lingering stares, the underestimation, the assumption that someone else must be the boss. But this was different. Michael spoke evenly. "Is there a problem with my ticket?" The attendant's smile thinned. "No, sir, but we'd appreciate your cooperation." People in the cabin were watching. Now, the tension was thick. Michael could feel the judgment, the whispered assumptions. He thought about causing a scene, but then he remembered something. He owned 23% of this airline's largest corporate client. His company's annual contract was worth millions. And the young man, Michael knew exactly who he was, the nephew of the airline's board chairman. Michael slowly stood up. The young man smirked, assuming victory. But Michael didn't head to another seat. He stepped into the aisle, pulled out his phone, and dialed a number. "Linda? It's Michael." "Effective immediately, cancel our partnership with Northjet Airlines." "Yes, all corporate travel. We'll discuss alternatives tomorrow." The cabin went silent. The flight attendant froze. The young man's smirk vanished. Michael looked right at him. "Enjoy the seat. You just cost your uncle's airline 8 figures." By the time the plane landed, the story was already circulating online, posted by other passengers who had witnessed the exchange. The hashtag Seat 2A was trending worldwide by the evening. Within 48 hours, Northjet's stock price dipped. News outlets picked it up. Interviews followed. The CEO of the airline tried to do damage control. Apologies were issued. Meetings were requested. But Michael refused to take their calls. 2 weeks later, the board quietly announced several leadership changes. The chairman was gone. His nephew gone. The flight attendant gone.